Anastasia Andreeva. I am from Chilnov, Tatarstan, Russia, but I currently live in Barcelona, Spain. I am a Russian citizen. In this video I will speak in English so that the whole world knows the truth about the Russian consulate in Barcelona and who they really are. For the sake of their well-being in the Mediterranean under palm trees and with wine in hand, slaughter citizens while other Russians die for the safety of Russians in another country. My sister, my parents and I are fighting against Nazism and racial discrimination in Spain. Our struggle has been going on for many years and we are under pressure from all administrative and police structures in the country. And now I am being judged. My sister was lucky. They started to judge her but called them because she was only 13 years old at the time. Many will say, go back to Russia, it's safe there. But my father always told me that the victory is not about running away, but about moving forward if the truth is behind you. Soldiers in Ukraine do not run away. So why should we if we stand for the truth and justice? Unfortunately, I faced complete indifference and unwillingness to help from the Russian consulate in Barcelona. Instead of protecting their underage citizens, the consulate refused to provide me with any support. I am 16 years old and my sister is even younger, and we are defenseless in a foreign country. Our parents are simple workers and cannot provide us with the necessary support against the installed state system of Spain. I always believed that Russia and its consulates abroad protect their citizens, especially children, and this is even stated of their website. My father explained it to me from childhood the significance of the Great Patriotic War and what Nazism and Fascism are, and why it is necessary to fight against this ideology, and why Russia is fighting in Ukraine. But the further it goes, the harder it is for me to believe this when I see how some Russians and Ukrainians live in Spain on a grand scale, buying expensive houses and cars, vacationing on the beaches, and much more. If anyone thinks that the war in Ukraine is something distant to me, it is not. One of my relatives has already died in this war, and I know well that I will never again know another part of my relatives who lives in Ukraine. It is especially painful to realize that while Russian soldiers are dying in Ukraine, believing like me, that we are together fighting against the idea of Nazism. At the same time, the Russian consulate in Barcelona is worried about how to maintain their connections and well-being. After all, it is easier, more profitable and safer for the consul to protect the Spanish type of business for Russians. The Spanish business is simple: drugs, prostitutes and real estate. The consul openly stated that he has some agreements and he cannot do anything to protect his underage citizens. He does not know any international norms, conventions and agreements on the protection of his citizens and children, as if he only finishes a rural school in 3rd grade. He does not know how to write records to administrative institutions with notes of concerns as a Russian consul caring for his citizens. For him, it is more important to serve wealthy Russians and receive his bonuses than to fulfill his direct duties as a consul, even not as a patriot of Russia who is obligated to follow the orders of his president. Any assistance is the fight against fascism and Nazism and the protection of underage Russian citizens. I am most outraged by the fact that the consul quickly helps wealthy and very famous people in Russia and Peskov's friends. The consul helps because he has a lot of real estate in Barcelona and has direct physical access to Russian President Putin. It is surprising that no one knows about this in Spain and Russia. It is a shame that while some Russian citizens died in the war believing the idea of protecting Russians in Ukraine, the consul prefers to serve the commercial requests of private individuals. For him, it is more important to make a profit and enjoy living, to walk and rest to fulfill his duties to his homeland and protect his patriots abroad. I appeal to all concerned in Chernov in Russia and around the world. My grandfather, Zubkov Alexander Gavrilovich, dedicated his entire life to KAMAZ. He will have turned 75 on August 2nd. I believe that KAMAZ workers can protect the granddaughters of one of their colleagues and former leaders who died in the line of duty. It will be hard for me to believe if everyone is indifferent, even to children of their former employees. Otherwise, why do you make your machines for the army? What exactly are you proud of? What does it mean to protect Russians? What does it mean to be a patriot? What do my father's words mean? Is it all a lie? Wherever I seek help, I am always refused, ignored, deleted, erased. Everyone disappears. It is disgusting to see how many shots that they are for Russian that are against Nazism proudly walk the streets with ribbons and the letter Z in the country. But when you ask for real help, everyone hides and just stays silent, even in Russia itself. The scariest thing in my case is the ordinary silence, as if I do not exist. Unfortunately, it is impossible for me and my parents to win in a foreign state without help, especially when our own betray us. I ask everyone to spread my message, to write about me wherever possible. I exist and my voice must be heard. It will hurt to realize that everything I believed in and fought for is just a one big lie. I hope that someone will pay attention to me and can help me. I don't ask for money, I only ask for ordinary attention and state help as a Russian citizen. After all, this is the state's direct duty, protection. Write about me to various ministers and how to consul in Barcelona and the embassy in Madrid actually work. Thank you for your attention. Anastasia Andreeva.